Yeah, I forgot to say, I was at the laundromat the other night, and when I walk in, I usually go to the same washer. So when I walk in, there's like this bench over by there, over by that washer, and there are these guys sitting there, and this guy's sitting on his cell phone, and like there's no sounds coming from his cell phone. Like as I walk up to the washer, but then like right as I start to load the clothes into the washer, it's like he's playing like a soccer game or something. Like he's like watching a soccer game on his phone or something. And it's like I think it was a whistle or something. It was like the first sound. But it was like the sounds from his phone were like syncing up with what I was doing. So it was like a whistle and then like people cheering or whatever. Like like I don't know if he's like pausing the video and like replaying it or whatever, what he's doing or what. Or like hitting buttons that like make sound effects or what. I don't know what the fuck's going on. It's like synced up. It was like synced up with me like load like I'm loading. It was like they're like sitting like right behind me, and like and then he's like laughing too. And he's like laughing synced up. He's like laughing like as the sounds on his phone keep syncing up, and then like he kept playing. He kept like watching the soccer game or whatever the fuck he's doing. After I loaded the clothes and like I was syncing up, and then they were like him and the other guy that he's sitting with, like they like got up off the bench after that, and then they were like walking around synced up a bunch of times, and like loading the dryer synced up and whatever. And then there was a bunch of other people in there that were synced up, and it was like they were like crowding around me and like walking in front of me synced a bunch of times, and like coming up next to me, loading the washer next to me, and like doing it synced, and like there's just a bunch of people in there, and they were just like all like crowding around me and synced up, and, and like I don't like to walk outside when I'm like and like leave my clothes in there, like because I don't know if people are gonna mess with my clothes or whatever. So, because I can't trust anybody. So like, yeah. So like I just like stand there and they just like crowd around me and shit for like most of the time that I was there. Well, I think like until like I pulled my clothes out of the washer and put them in the dryer. But then they started crowding around me again later again. Like they like backed off for a second, and then they all like started crowding around me again because they were like loading washers and dryers and shit. But like they were doing it synced up, and like a bunch of people all walk up at the same time and shit. Like they're not together, But they like walk up. And then there was a other day that I was at the laundromat where I already told this story a long time ago, but like there was somebody on the. I think they were together. I think it was like a boyfriend and girlfriend. They were together or whatever. But like she was loading a washer over here, and he was loading a washer over here. Like I'm standing in front of my washer or whatever with my back to it, right? And then she's loading a washer on one side of me. He's loading a washer on the other side of me. And like I'm just standing there on my phone, and then like They both closed the doors of the washers at the exact same time each other. Be doing sync sync. And then they just have two people walk in front of me at the same time as each other and shit like that. And we just do syncs. And then there was a bunch of people with their children the other day when I was there. Synced up. Their children were synced up. And most of the time when I go to the laundromat, there's a bunch of people with their children synced up. So something I forgot to say that they were synced up at the laundromat again the other night. Oh yeah, and then at work today, we drove by this guy. He was like walking up with a red shirt in a parking lot. Like when we drive by like the edge of the parking lot, he's like walking over the curb with the red shirt. And like behind him, like right behind him, I don't know if he was getting out of the car, but like right behind him, like next to him, was a car with like a leopard print like cover on the spare tire on the back of the car. And I always see the people with the leopard print shirts synced and shit. So like I don't know if that was a sync leopard print thing, like next to the guy with the red shirt synced or what. But it might have been that. I don't know. Is it? Tell me, Skynet. Yeah, just tell me. It's gotta be all mysterious all the time. Like I'll never know if that was a part of the thing or not. I think it was, but I don't know. But definitely the guy with the red shirt was. I know that. But I think it was though. I think it was part of the thing. Celebrity print thing. So that last video that I did though, when I walked through the library parking lot and the guy started his white truck at the corner of the building that was sitting in the library parking lot, and then he took off and started driving really extremely slowly, and he had a one tail lighter, or like one tail light was like white and the other one red or whatever, and then he had a 22 on the plate. And then he took off next to me when I walked by his truck. But then he just drove 0.001 miles an hour through the parking lot behind me. And then he was just just like driving in like the parking lot is like, it's not that small. It's not a huge parking lot, but it's not. But like you can just like drive around me. You can just like turn the truck slightly and then just drive around me. Easily. And then you just drive out of the parking lot. But he's like acting like I'm in his way or something. And it's just like, and then he just like slowly drives out of the parking lot. When he gets to the edge of the parking lot, he just like slowly turns out of the parking lot. And he wasn't like staring at me or anything when he drove by me. He wasn't like staring me down, like, or whatever. You know, like he was just driving really slowly for like just like, was he Michael Myers or something? Who is this guy? Is this Michael Myers? What the fuck? Why is he driving so slowly? He didn't look like he was 90 years old either. I think it was Michael Myers. He didn't have the mask on though. Oh. I might make a short out of that because that was hilarious. And he had a one-tail lighter and a 22. And it's just like, yeah, that's not a stalker. Yep, I'm a schizo. That's not a stalker. Yep. When y'all watch my videos, does it look like I'm a schizo and it's not a stalker? Or does it look like I'm a stalker and I'm not a schizo? Or does it look, did I say, does it look like I'm a stalker? Does it look like it's a stalker and I'm not a schizo? Or does it look like it's not a stalker and I am a schizo? Which one? Which one seems more plausible when you watch all videos and you compare them side by side? And you see the cops are always synchronized every time. Literally, always, every time. Is that plausible to be a schizo? Even remotely? Spoiler alert, the answer is no, it's not plausible for me to be a schizo, even remotely. No, not remotely. Like, I walk into the parking lot. The truck is just sitting there, turned off. He turns it on when I walk by the corner of the building, and he starts backing up. And then he has a one tail lighter, and then he has a 22, and then he's a white truck, and then he's taking off next to me, and then he's just driving slow for no reason, and then he's just driving like Michael Myers, and then he just drives out of the parking lot like that, and he does everything synced, and he drives out at the corner of the curb, and everything, as another car is driving in front of me at the same time. And I'm a skid flip. But, there was an engine sound right when I started the live stream, but right now it's quiet. Then the AC thing outside my apartment just turned on right now at the edge of the window, though. Ta-da! And then it just turned off right when I closed my blinds. I'm just like, I look at my blinds and then I close them and then it turns off. Yo, who's Paul? Who that? Polly? Oh, it's Polly. You ruined Christmas. Huh? I don't know who this is. Santa Claus? Is this Santa Claus? I knew it. It's Santa Claus. Santa. What time is it in the North Pole right now? guess it is the real Santa. I think I hear some tapping sound. The synchronizer tap dancing again. I don't hear it anymore. I don't know if it was a synchronizer or what it was. They use Santa up on my rooftop or some shit. Making synchronizer sounds. I bet he's a synchronizer. He comes down the chimney synchronized or some shit. Because everybody else is a synchronizer except me. And like a handful of people that I see online that see synchronizers around like I do. And other than that, I don't know. Who's not a synchronizer out here? So it wouldn't surprise me if Santa is a synchronizer. He does wear red. He wears all red, and then Rudolph has a red nose. So I want to hope that Santa's not a synchronizer, but let's hear some sound through the walls. I think it was a synchronizer. But anyway, who knows? They might start making synchronizers right now.